It is June 15th, 2026. You are stepping out into the massive, dramatic bowl of AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas.
The atmosphere there is going to be wild.
Oh, absolutely electric. The stadium lights are blazing, and they're reflecting off this massive sea of bright orange jerseys on one side, and then you've got these vibrant blue flags waving furiously on the other.
Yeah, you can practically feel the bass of the crowd noise right in your chest.
Exactly. And today we are taking a deep dive into a comprehensive tactical breakdown of this massive Group F World Cup opener. It's the Netherlands versus Japan. I think we first need to look at who the tactical models expect to control the ball.
Which is key, because in modern football, the team with the ball isn't necessarily the team in control.
Right, that's such a good point. And if we are talking about holding the ball, we have to look at the Dutch setup. The analysis highlights them rolling out a classic 4-3-3 formation.
A very traditional Dutch shape.
Yeah. But for anyone who, doesn't spend their weekends analyzing tactical heat maps, what does that shape actually look like in motion for this specific Dutch squad?
Well, it is a structure entirely designed for methodical control. You've got Bart Verbruggen in goal, but the true architectural work, it starts right in front of him with their defensive line.
Right, the big guys.
Exactly. Denzel Dumfries, Virgil van Dijk, Nathan Ake, and Mickey van de Ven. The buildup starts from the very back with Van Dijk distributing the ball. But the crucial mechanism here, the real engine, is Frenkie de Jong.
Okay, let's unpack de Jong's role, because the source material mentions him constantly.
He operates in the midfield, but he drops incredibly deep. I mean, sometimes he's standing right next to his central defenders just to orchestrate the entire flow of the game.
Wait, why would a midfielder drop that far back? Isn't he taking himself out of the play?
It seems like it, but he does this to artificially draw opposing midfielders forward. He's tempting them to pressure him.
Ah, so he is acting as bait.
Exactly.
Okay, so rather than the old tactical boa constrictor analogy where a possession team just slowly squeezes the life out of you, this sounds more like, I don't know, like a combination lock.
Combination lock, I like that.
Yeah, like they aren't trying to smash the defensive door down. They are patiently holding the ball, passing it side to side, just testing different numbers on the dial.
That's a really great way to visualize it.
Right. They are waiting for one single defending player to get exhausted, step half a yard in the wrong direction, and suddenly, click, the lock opens and they slip a pass right through the gap.
That is a much more accurate way to understand their mechanics. But what's fascinating here is that the combination lock approach has a very specific glaring vulnerability.
What's the catch?
It relies entirely on absolute precision and finishing consistency. When you play against the team that is perfectly content to drop into a low block,
Which basically means packing all 11 players within 30 yards of their own goal, right? Just building a human wall.
exactly. When they face that wall, the Dutch passing patterns can become somewhat predictable. They end up just passing the ball in this giant U shape around the penalty box.
Just side to side, probing, but not getting through.
Right. And, more importantly, when fullbacks like Dumfries sprint up the field to stretch the play, they are completely abandoning their defensive posts.
Oh.
Yeah, they leave 40 yards of completely empty grass behind them. It's a highly calculated risk.
But against an opponent built for speed, that empty space is just blood in the water.
When we talk about their transition speed, we are talking about what happens in the first 3 seconds after they steal the ball from the Dutch.
3 seconds. That's nothing.
It's a blink. They do not want to slowly build from the back. The moment they win possession, which is usually high up the pitch near the midfield line, they launch a dead sprint. Every single player on that pitch understands their positional responsibility down to the inch. They defend in highly coordinated waves.
But when Japan actually wins the ball, Kamada has to immediately transform from this defensive shadow into an offensive playmaker.
And that is the hardest part of his job. The second Japan wins the ball, Kamada has to locate the exact pockets of empty space that de Jong vacated when he pushed forward during the Dutch possession phase.
He has to find the hole instantly.
Picture.
Right. And when you feed all of those metrics into the probability matrix, it reveals a 55% win probability for the Netherlands. There's a 25% chance of a draw and a 20% chance of a Japan win. Where does that winning edge actually come from? Like, how do the Dutch pull out the victory?
The analysis points directly to the set-piece threats.
The corners.
Yes. When you have a tight tactical chess match where open play goals are difficult to engineer, dead ball situations become the ultimate tiebreaker.
Right, because everything stops and you can just run a play.
Exactly. Those 6 expected corners for the Dutch are crucial. When you have an aerial giant like Virgil van Dijk attacking a corner kick against a shorter Japanese defense, I mean, it is a glaring mismatch.
You just put it in the air and let him go get it.
Right. The models predict that de Jong's eventual mastery of the midfield rhythm, combined with the sheer physical threat of the Dutch on set pieces, are the ultimate difference makers that secure the 2-1 victory.
Okay, so what does this mean for you as you're watching the game at home? It means don't let the early possession numbers fool you.
Definitely not.
If the Dutch are holding the ball for long stretches and just passing it sideways, it doesn't mean Japan is getting dominated. It means both teams are executing their game plans perfectly.
Exactly.
You have the methodical Dutch combination lock, desperately trying to crack a deeply disciplined defense, and they are going up against a lightning-fast Japanese counterattack that only needs a fraction of a second and a fraction of an inch of open grass to strike.
That's the beauty of this matchup.
So when you are watching this under those Dallas stadium lights, keep your eyes locked on the center circle. That de Jong versus Kamada chess match is where the entire game will be won or lost.
It is the absolute tactical engine of the match. And studying this breakdown leaves us with something critical to consider as we watch the tournament unfold.
What's that?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, we know the entire Dutch system relies heavily on Frenkie de Jong orchestrating the angles from deep in the midfield. But if Kamada and Japan's tactical discipline manage to completely neutralize him in the first 30 minutes,
Right.
do the Dutch actually have a plan B to break down a technically advanced team? Or will their pursuit of that elusive first World Cup title stumble on day one because they only have one way to pick a lock?
Oh, wow. That is the exact kind of tension that makes the World Cup so brilliant. You can have all the tactical models in the world, but eventually the players have to step onto the grass and solve the puzzle in real time. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the tactical blueprints. Enjoy the match, keep an eye on that midfield battle, and we will catch you next time.